What's going on, everybody? Yo, what's up? Code man. Code monkey. Totally. So you guys ready for what's going to be happening next? I just thought of this guy. I was like, every time I often think of quotes from Darth Sidious. Like, I think he says, Commander Cody, the time has come. Execute Order 66. So I'm just thinking the time has come. That's what I'm thinking when I look at this guy right here. The time has come. 4 years. 4 year cycle zombies. What's going on, Mr. Crip? Yeah, that's funny. 4 year cycle zombies. I do want to point out a few things about that. I made just a brief video today, with a brief market update, which is like 3 or 4 hours ago. And oh yeah, look at this. I was thinking that the odds of a 50 basis point rate cut should be more than, what was it, like 0.0% when I made that video like a few hours ago. And it is more. It's three. I truly believe that a 50 basis point cut should be within reach of possibilities, within the realm of possibilities, because of the things that I pointed out earlier today, that we have lots and lots of job cuts that are happening, of layoffs that are happening over the last week or so. And as I said in that video earlier, yeah, when that usually happens, it starts happening really, really fast, like rapidly, like suddenly. 2 weeks ago, everything was normal, and then suddenly everything is just hitting the fan, He's like, all right, fine. He's all right. I'm going to cut those rates then, right? I think, yeah, as usual, my browser freezes when I go live. But yeah, that is the case. We got tons and tons of jobs that are being, taken off the, wiped out, taken off the map. Paramount. I went through this list. Actually, I didn't go through. I just showed the list briefly in my video today. But yeah, Rivian cutting 600 jobs, 600 at Meta, 1,400 at Applied Materials, 100 here, 120 here at Google is 100. Paycom cutting 500. Just Eat 450. Fiverr 250. Yeah. So there's a lot of layoffs. So typically when something like this happens, you're going to need some rate cuts. You're going to need to stop your tightening and start your easing. So, but we have limited amounts of economic reports just because of the government shutdown, which is not a good thing. But go into the 4 year cycle zombies. Now, yeah. If the Fed ends QT tomorrow, which I think it should, like officially end QT, and they should cut 50 basis points, so half a percentage rate, 50 basis points. They should, and they should have done it a while ago, because starting to look like Trump was right when he says too late, Powell. But if the Fed ends QT tomorrow, let me close this out. We have, do I not have this open? Oh, maybe I didn't open it up. Anyways, we have a situation where, okay, QT ends tomorrow, and then what happens next? Now, in 2019, QT ended, right? And then the bull run, right? The big run up that we know in 2021 happened 2 years later. Which goes along with what I've been saying about, in relation to these 4 year cycle zombies, that this is not a 4 year cycle this time around. Like, things that are happening right now resemble things that might have happened like in 2019, 2020, and so on, which implies that this cycle goes out beyond this year, beyond, maybe even beyond 2026 and into 2027, like I've been saying. So, yeah, I mean, it's just the way it is. All the factors that might cause a Bitcoin top and cause a massive run up and a cycle top have not happened yet, and they're only starting to happen right now. So These things are just getting started. So we are only getting started like right now, like just getting started. I'm digging advances right now. Yeah, what is it on is it on a dip? I believe it is on a dip, right? I think I bought a whole bunch of, I bought back into a whole bunch of my swing trades early this morning. I think advantage was one of them. Build your bags, guys, build your bags. But yeah, we have some other good news. So going back to the government shutdown. So I just found these articles right here. The New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ list Solana, Hedera, Litecoin, spot ETFs, right? Spot crypto ETFs for trading this week. And this is despite the government shutdown. Like, whoa, dude, that is awesome. I don't know how they worked that out, but that is worthy of some music. Right? We're going to be flying then. That is a... Yes, I do. I believe I've looked at that a couple times in the last couple of days, and I've seen it pumping. And I was like, okay, I'll get into it. Maybe when it retraces. Yes. To be perfectly honest, I'm not even sure how you pronounce that. Meteora. I don't even know how you pronounce Meteora, I would imagine. But yeah, I thought it looked good. I mean, we can go to it now, but yeah, another thing that's pumping is Uranus. Look at this. I keep telling you guys, right, on the public live stream, not even just in my group, right? Because I call this in my group at a 6 million market cap. Look at it right now. Look at Uranus flying. My goal and my desire, my target is to have Uranus get to a 600 million market cap, so I can claim a 600. So I can claim 100x. And to be perfectly honest, if we get a massive run up right now, I might even do better than that because it's already at 60 million. So all it has to do is 10x. So we'll see where it goes. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, so we got some interesting times ahead. So yeah, we got some of these ETFs that we've been hoping for. Apparently they are coming to a stock exchange near you next week. Yeah, despite government shutdown, the Canary Litecoin ETF, the Canary HBAR ETF, and the Grayscale Solana Trust ETF are set to launch this week. This follows early October SEC guidance allowing firms to go public by filing an S1 without delaying amendment, enabling launch after 20 days. Yeah, that's rapid. That is really rapid. So, yeah, hell yeah, man. Makes you feels good. Feels good. What's going on, Carl? What's up? My favorite trading platform is Kraken. Yeah, when it comes to centralized exchanges, yeah, I use Kraken. Now, most of my trades are done on OneKey, and I use Tangent, but most of these swing trades I do are on OneKey, except for a good like 10 or 12 tokens that I have on Kraken. And some of them I have on OneKey and Tangent. Like I have Toshi like all over the place. OneKey, Tangent wallets, and Kraken as well. It's spread out. Even I have some tokens on Coinbase, but I don't really use Coinbase that much. I mainly use Coinbase to buy USDC. That's like my main go-to for USDC because it's they got something set up with, I don't know what it is, something set up with Circle where you can buy it and send it for free. They don't charge you, but you can't do that on Kraken. Like I'll get a fee taken out if I send my USDC to my OneKey wallet, if I do that on Kraken. So yeah, I just but I have accounts all over the place. I even created a OKX US account when they made their platform available to US users just like 3 months ago. So always good to branch out, spread out. I know somebody who has a problem right now. Actually, this morning, they sent me a screenshot. They've been locked out of their their Coinbase account for like since Sunday, something to do with like maintenance, and there's some issue. Now, my Coinbase account went into a maintenance mode on Saturday, so I guess it was planned maintenance, like they said at the top of the screen. And then I guess they do, you know, in software. I mean, obviously I'm a software guy, so you probably do different chunks of users of your database or whatever it is at the same time, you know, at different times and spread it out. So somebody else was in that maintenance schedule on Sunday rather than Saturday, and apparently they have some sort of a problem where something went wrong, and some users are still trapped into maintenance. Here we are 2 days later. So shit could go wrong. You know, it's not only that you have to worry about, okay, if they block your account, if they close you down or something like that, well, you have to worry about simple stuff like that. Shit happens. So you got to spread out your portfolio. But yeah, this is good news on this. And what else we got going on? But I was actually very, very pleased to see this. So now we have an increase of a 50 basis point cut. It's like a mix of good and bad. Like, we're only going to get that 50 basis point cut if there are massive amounts of job losses and layoffs, which is not a good thing. We want people to keep their jobs, so it's just this gentle balance. So Benjamin says he's been locked out of his Coinbase account as well. Last year got it back. Wait. You're saying you were locked out of your account for a year? Oh, sorry. That's nothing to do with it. Like this maintenance issue. This is something they had against you or something, right? Yeah, I've heard that before. People getting locked out for being accused of something. The normal thing is, which you have to be very careful if you're in the U.S. and you use a VPN to access any exchanges outside the U.S. You got to be careful to, when you open up Coinbase in your browser, the VPN is turned off, right? And then you close out of Coinbase, and then you go and you turn your VPN and open up the exchange website with the VPN on. But you can do, if you suddenly open up Coinbase with the VPN turned on, like you're in another country, you might get flagged. Or more specifically, if you want to send USDC or USDT out of Coinbase to the wallet of another foreign exchange, they'll lock your account. It's not because you've done something wrong, it's just because it's suspicious, and they'll lock your account, and they'll want you to confirm your identity to unlock it, to make sure that was you. So they want to confirm that somebody didn't hack your account and are sending it to another country's exchange or something. But it happens a lot. It happens a lot. Usually something like that gets resolved in like a few days, but I guess some people have extreme cases. But this was funny. I don't know if you guys have seen this. I've seen this a couple of times being shared over the last 2 days or so. So Bitcoin drones, a drone show in Switzerland eating. It shows Bitcoin eating currencies like Pac-Man.
They think it's just another asset in their portfolio.
Oh, I didn't realize there was seven.
It's relative. This is what they do not understand. They see a ticker on a screen. We see the most secure savings technology ever invented. They think it's just another asset in their portfolio.
I was watching it before. I didn't have the sound on. All right, cool. Yeah, well, that was pretty cool. Yeah. Other than that, how things are today? Things are bouncing around, red here and there. We got, I think it's mostly red at the moment. And so to be honest, I hope it goes like really red like today for the rest of the day today, and then we just start flying tomorrow. But yeah, we're getting much redder right now than before. Totally. We did have some successes in my community. Look, Uranus, like that. That's totally a success right there. Over the last few hours, we did have something that pumped like crazy, just right before I was preparing this live stream. I saw somebody send a message. One of my calls was pumping like crazy. I took 20% in profit. I called it, oops. I called it down here when it was, where was it? Yes, right here, when it was retracing down here. And then over that day, it retraced some more. So some members got in even lower than I got in. And then look what it just happened just now. Boom. Like 10x, like instantly in a couple hours. So yeah, this is, I'm exposing this right now because we made this 10x. Typically, I don't expose my calls publicly until they do something like that. So, and I do believe that this one is probably going to soar some more. So, targets, I don't know. Hoping for it to go to 100 million, so it could do, it could do many more multiples. But we'll see. But yeah, do you imagine, you guys, if you had just joined and you put $100 down on that play, Sora, it's called Sora, right? You would have instantly paid for a lifetime membership, which is still at an extreme discount, right? So it's more beneficial to get the lifetime membership than the yearly because lifetime is at an extreme discount right now. So you would have paid for the lifetime and then some. Just put down $100 on Sora instantly, and you'd have like an extra $300 in your pocket, or you would have kept it in just to see if it can multiply some more. So that's why we're going to be ending up with one of these things. I found this one. I make it a note this almost every live stream. I don't know about. Sometimes the yachts are so freaking sleek that I'm like, okay, I'll show it a couple of times, like this one in a live stream. I'll show this like 3 or 4 times already. These yachts are absolutely amazing. But yeah, these are beautiful. And I hope to be in one of these things soon with all my members, because we keep on getting calls like that. Yeah. What else? I was supposed to. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna close it out right now. I just wanted to give you guys a shout out. It's prepare. I'm thinking right now, the best thing you can do if you are up, if you have anything that's in the green right now, not financial advice. Punch you in the balls if you think it's financial advice, but one of the best things you can do right now, if you have anything that's really pumping in the green, just maybe just like take like 10-20% profits, and because it could go back down, later today or so on, because everything is really turning red, but who knows, and just have some dry powder available. So if you get a really big dip like tonight, like later on, you can buy back in. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to be soaring tomorrow. Don't use all your dry powder, right? Because it's never advisable to do that. But hopefully tomorrow, we're going to be soaring. The only way we're not going to be soaring is, if we don't get the rate cut. That would be like catastrophic. We have a lot of things going for us. We have the trade deal with China that Trump is doing with China, and it looks hopeful like something is going to be worked out with China. So that's another reason that we're going to be soaring. If that falls through and yet we get a rate cut, I don't know if it will balance out, but we'll see what happens. And if the Fed announces they're going to end QT, which they might do tomorrow, or maybe they might not, and if they don't, it'll probably be over the next couple of months or so. So maybe this year, but we'll see. But yeah, guys, click that link in the description below, and I am going to catch you guys later.
Code Monkey, Code Monkey.